Welcome children, chapter 10, vector algebra. In mathematics, physics and engineering, we frequently come across with both types of quantities, scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantity. What is a scalar quantity? A quantity that involves only one value, magnitude, which is a real number. For example, let us take the height of a person maybe 1.6 meters, which involves only the magnitude. Such quantities are called scalar quantity. For example, length, mass, time, distance, speed, area, volume, temperature, work, density, etc. Then vector quantity. What is vector quantity? Which involves both magnitude and direction. For example, how should a football player hit the ball to give a pass to another player of his team? So it involves a quantity which is called force, which involves muscular strength, that is magnitude, and the direction in which another player is positioned. Such quantities are called vectors. Vector quantities like displacement, acceleration, force, weight, momentum, electric field, intensity, etc. In this chapter, we will study some of the basic concepts about vectors and various operations on vectors and their algebraic and geometric properties. Let L be any straight line in a plane or three-dimensional space. This line can be given two directions by means of arrowheads. So this is upward direction and this one is downward direction. A line with one of these directions prescribed, which is called a directed line. Now let's say this line, we restrict the line to the line segment AB. AB is a line segment. Then a magnitude is prescribed on the line L with one of the two directions, so that we obtain a directed line segment. So this one is a directed line segment. Thus a directed line segment has magnitude as well as direction. A quantity that has magnitude as well as direction, which is called a vector. A directed line segment is a vector denoted as AB or simply as A. We read this as vector AB or vector A. The point A from where the vector AB starts, which is called the initial point. And the point B where it ends, which is called the terminal point. The distance between the initial and the terminal points of a vector, which is called the magnitude or length of the vector. I am repeating, the point A where the vector starts, which is called the initial point, that is A is an initial point, and B where it ends, which is called the terminal point. The distance between the initial and the terminal point, which is called the magnitude or length of the vector, which is denoted as modulus of AB or A. This arrow indicates the direction of the vector. So next one is position vector. The three-dimensional right-handed rectangular coordinate system, so x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Consider a point P in space having coordinates x, y, z with respect to the origin O 0, 0, 0. Then the vector OP having O as an initial and P as an terminal point respectively, which is called the position vector of the point P with respect to O. So OP is called the position vector of the point P with respect to O. Using the distance formula, the magnitude of OP is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. So using the distance formula. So x minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square plus z minus 0 the whole square, which is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. So the magnitude of a position vector OP is given by root of x square plus y square plus z square. Similarly, the position vector of points A, B, C, etc. with respect to the origin, which are denoted by A, B, C, etc. respectively. Next one is direction cosines. Consider the position vector OP, which is called R, of a point P, X, Y, Z. We draw an angle with a position vector. So let's take this angle as alpha, made with an x-axis, and this angle made with an y-axis, which is beta, and then with the z-axis, which is gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma made by the vector R, that is on the position vectors, with the positive directions of x, y and z axis respectively, which are called direction angles. The cosine values of these angles. So cosine values of these angles, that is alpha, beta, gamma, which are called direction cosines of the vector R, and is usually cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. The cosine values of the direction angles cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, which are called the direction cosines of the vector R, and is usually denoted by L, M, N respectively. The angles alpha, beta, gamma made by the vector R with the positive direction of x, y and z axis, which are called the direction angles, and the cosine values of these angles, which are called direction cosines, and it is denoted by L, M, N. Draw a perpendicular line from P to A so that OAP, which forms a right angle triangle, in which OP equal to R, which is the position vector, and cos alpha, which is equal to x by R. We usually denote the direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma as L, M and N respectively, so that we can write this as L equal to x by R, and cos beta equal to y by R, and cos gamma equal to z by R. So L equal to x by R, M equal to y by R, and N equal to z by R. Thus the coordinates of the point P may also be expressed as LR, MR and NR respectively. The numbers LR, MR and NR, which are proportional to the direction cosines, shortly we can say DC, which are called the direction ratios DR of a vector R, and it is denoted as A, B and C respectively. So the DRs, direction ratios, which are the numbers proportional to the DC of a vector. L equal to x by R, M equal to y by R and Z equal to N by R. So L square plus M square plus N square, which is equal to x square plus y square plus Z square whole by R, which is equal to, so x square plus y square plus Z square is nothing but position vector OP, which is R. So R by R, which is equal to 1. So L square plus M square plus N square, which is equal to 1. Next one, we are going to see types of vectors. So zero vector, a vector whose initial and terminal points coincide, which is called a zero vector, or null vector, and it is denoted as zero vector. It cannot be assigned a definite direction as it has zero magnitude. It may be regarded as having any direction. The vectors AA, BB, which represent the zero vector. So second one, unit vector. A vector whose magnitude is unity, that is, it has only one unit, which is called a unit vector. The unit vector in the direction of a given vector A is denoted by A cap. So unit vector is denoted by A cap. Next one is co-initial vectors. Two or more vectors having the same initial point, which are called co-initial vectors. So next one is collinear vectors. Two or more vectors are said to be collinear if they are parallel to the same line, irrespective of the magnitudes and direction. Equal vectors. Two vectors A and B are said to be equal if they have the same magnitude and direction, regardless of the positions of the initial point, and it's written as A equal to B. Next one is negative of a vector whose magnitude is the same as that of a given vector, say AB, but direction is opposite to that of it, which is called the negative of the given vector. For example, vector BA, which is a negative of the vector AB, and it can be written as BA equal to minus of AB. We have seen that a quantity that has magnitude as well as direction, which is called a vector, and the position vectors. Then what are the DCs, DRs, then types of vectors. Now let's move to exercise 10.1. Exercise 10.1, first question. Represent graphically a displacement of 40 km 30 degree east of north. So let's take x-axis as 10 units. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So here OP, which represents a displacement of 40 km, and it is 30 degree east of north. So along the east direction from the north. So it is 30 degree, which is east of north. Here the representation of a displacement of 40 km 30 degree east of north. Second one, classify the following measurements as scalar and vector. So the first measure is 10 kg. It has only magnitude, then it is a scalar quantity. If it has both magnitude and direction, then it is called a vector quantity. Here weight is a scalar quantity. So 10 kg, which is scalar. Then 2 meters northwest. So we have magnitude as well as direction. Direction is northwest, and meter, which has a magnitude. So it has both magnitude and direction, which is called a vector quantity. So 2 meters northwest, which is vector. Then 40 degree. So scalar quantities are length, mass, time, distance, speed, area, volume, temperature, work, voltage, density, resistance, etc. So 40 degree, which is scalar, and 40 watt, which is scalar, and 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb, which is also scalar, and 20 meter per second square, which is a vector quantity. So vector quantities are displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, weight, momentum, electric field intensity. It has both magnitude and direction, which are vector quantities. Third one, classifying the following as scalar and vector quantities. Here time period, distance and work done, which are scalar. force and velocity, it has both magnitude and direction, so it is a vector quantity. Fourth question, identify the following vectors from the given figure. So first, co-initial vectors. A and D are the co-initial vectors which has the same initial point. Second one, equal vectors. B and D are equal vectors because they have the same magnitude and direction. Third one, collinear but not equal. Here the vectors A and C are collinear but not equal. This is because they are parallel but the directions are not the same. Fifth question, answer the following as true or false. First one, A and minus A are collinear. So it's true because A and minus A are parallel to the same line. Second, two vectors are always equal in magnitude, which is false. That is, collinear vectors are those vectors that are parallel to the same line. Here it is false. Third one, two vectors having same magnitude are collinear, which is false. Two or more vectors are said to be collinear if they are parallel to the same line irrespective of the magnitude and directions. Fourth one, two collinear vectors having the same magnitude are equal, which is also false.